What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Week Zero podcast. This is it's so weird. I'm so used to having Andrew do an intro the next week. You know what I mean? Since we would rotate. This week we're doing our March Madness predictions. To my left is Ryan, the Fighting Blake Wesley's Fravel. And I am your host, Connor VT, ACC basketball champs Doherty, of course. Notre Dame plays what in 15, 20 minutes?
They don't play till 8:10 Central Time, so they got a good hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, Central Time. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro. Good. Okay. So yeah, Coster had something else to do while Lucas recently moved in with his girlfriend, so all of his stuff is not set up. So he's trying to get that all set up. So you get us our ugly mugs tonight. Hopefully this goes by a bit quicker. So yeah, this show is just gonna be this. So let's just get it started. I mean, I guess we can start with how upset you were about Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, Notre Dame versus Rutgers. You were pretty pissed about that. Just give your thoughts real quick on that.
I guess I didn't understand. I didn't like a few of the committee's decisions in this tournament bracket here. But anyway, I just look at Notre Dame's schedule, and I guess I don't see how you can have a win against Kentucky, who people have as a 1 seed, have had as a 1 seed this year. And then they play a tough schedule. They played St. Mary's. They played Texas A&M. They played Illinois early as well, who are all but one of them tournament teams. I know Texas A&M should have been in the tournament. But I guess I don't understand how, if you look at our schedule, we were 21-9, second place overall, tied for second with UNC, but we had the second place because of the head-to-head. And we finished the year winning like 22 of our last 27 games. So I guess if you look at that, I don't understand how we barely, by the edge of our teeth, got in the tournament. I felt like we should have at least been ahead. I think Notre Dame and Virginia Tech personally should have been ahead of Miami in the seeding, because I don't think Miami's that good. I think because Notre Dame beat Miami pretty convincingly at Miami.
And so VT, it wasn't convincing, but VT did win at Miami, and they only lost to Miami in Blacksburg on a half court shot off the backboard.
Exactly. So I guess I don't get why the committee was so in love with Miami putting them as a 10 seed, because I don't think they were better than Notre Dame or Virginia Tech. And my biggest issue is North Carolina. I've been saying it for weeks since they won the Duke game. North Carolina does not deserve to be a 7 or 8 seed, whatever the hell they are.
They're an 8.
They were actually behind Notre Dame on the bubble, and somehow they beat Duke once this year, and they win by 13, and everybody's all of a sudden, back in love with this North Carolina team. This team is so good. When, let's not forget what they did the beginning of the year, where they lost to Pitt. They didn't just lose to Pitt. They got 30 balled by Pitt. Pitt blew them out of the water at North Carolina.
Yeah.
And that was literally a week before they beat Duke. So I guess I don't understand why everyone was so in love with North Carolina. Mm-hmm. To me, it just seemed like it was, they're a big name program. They're North Carolina. They beat Duke. Let's take them completely off of the bubble. Let's forget everything they've done this season and put them safely in the tournament.
Okay. Okay. So since it's just the two of us, it'll be a lot quicker going through this. Cardiff Ferris, Michigan. Well, I mean, they already made the Final Four in football, so I don't think they deserve to get that far, Carter, after that. But Okay, so what we're just going to do is we're just going to give who we pick for each win. Obviously, we're just going to start off with the number 1 seed there, Gonzaga, and then just go down from there. So I've also reached out to Lucas, just letting him know we did start. So I really wonder if there's ever going to be anyone that's actually going to not seriously take a 16 over a 1. I know obviously UMBC beat Virginia, but like unless you're like me who does a joke upset bracket as their secondary bracket where they just pick as many unrealistic upsets as they think they can, rarely have I ever taken a 16 seed because of that. So let's just start with you. We'll just go down from starting Gonzaga and then going down, covering the West.
Quick point about the 16 seed. I think we can all agree, especially Connor. We love the fact that the only team that has been a 1 seed and lost to a 16 seed is your fellow Virginia Cavaliers.
Hello.
So,
yeah. The only bad thing is that it galvanized them and they won a championship the next week. So that's about the only bad thing that came out of it.
But yeah, I've got Gonzaga, Georgia State. Don't know much about you. I know you guys.
I think I saw something like CBS ranked all 68 teams. I think Georgia State was the worst. Was at 68,
including the first 4.
I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, give me Gonzaga. I don't know much about Georgia State, like I said, and I know you guys had a great run. You guys won the Sun Belt Conference, but this isn't football, so that's not going to give you much.
Yeah, it's Gonzaga. I mean, they're obviously the number 1 overall seed. I wouldn't be totally surprised though if at one point it's close. It's been ever since that game ever since UMBC beat Virginia, there's been a bunch more closer games between 1s and 16s where 16 is stuck close for at least the first half or so, and then the 1 seed pulls away. But it's going to be Gonzaga. I guess I could just. Oop. That is not what I wanted. I guess this is just the normal bracket. It won't let me send it on. But okay. Next, Boise State, number 8 seed. Boise at 9. Memphis.
I'm going to go ahead and take Memphis here. Amani Bates is one of the best players in the country. A projected top 10 NBA draft pick this year.
Oh, really?
So just for that reason, give me Amani Bates and Jalen Duran, who is also a top 10 projected draft pick this year in the NBA draft. So they've got 2 of the top 10 NBA prospects in this upcoming draft. So yeah, give me Memphis and Penny Hardaway.
So before the show, we actually were talking. I originally took Boise, but then we were talking. You said you took Memphis, and the more I thought about it, I wanted to take Memphis because I saw a statistic that the 9 seed wins more often against the 8 seed. Like it's over 50% of the time the 9 seed actually wins. It's not that obviously those are the closest of any teams usually. But then I remember, so I had switched to Memphis, but then I remember Virginia Tech played Memphis earlier this year. And all the commentators were talking about was how young Memphis was and how good and great this one player was. And like, oh, he's 18 years old. Look how tall and, but how tall and like lanky or muscular he is or whatever. And they were all up in Memphis's business. And it really pissed me and a lot of Virginia Tech fans off because they wouldn't talk about Virginia Tech at all. So out of spite, I'm actually going to flip back. I'm going to take Boise.
The Broncos.
Taking the Broncos. Okay, UConn at New Mexico State. UConn actually was one of the schools that I was thinking of going to. I actually got in there along with Virginia Tech and St. John's. Those were
that would have been the Jeremy Lamb years, right?
It would have been the year they won the championship. Was my freshman year when UConn won. When was that Jeremy Lamb?
I think it was Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah. So this is one of the more popular upset alerts I've been seeing. New Mexico State's getting a lot of picks here to get the upset. But what do you think?
I'm going with UConn here. The Huskies have the tradition. And also I will say this. New Mexico State is one of the 4 teams from the Mountain West that made the tournament this year. The other two being Wyoming and Boise State. And I can't remember who the fourth one was. But I watched Wyoming last night play against Indiana, and I don't like the style of play. And from what I've heard, the Mountain West all kind of plays that bruising, low post, back you down, nitty gritty type of game. They're not really good at shooting threes. UConn's the kind of opposite. They're more athletic, like to run, get it out in space, and make the game fast. So for that reason, I'm going UConn.
Okay, cool. I'm taking UConn as well. I mean, that's, like I said, it's been a popular upset pick for. Actually, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it to ESPN, just to show my picks and stuff.
Okay. So, and if you wanted to, Connor, we could post the link. So if people who are watching,
if you guys want to join our group that we put together, it should be in the link of the video. I hopefully I did it properly. If not, please let me know.
We have a tournament challenge on ESPN. Just make an account, join our league. I don't even think you have to have an account. And the winner, we will be talking about that live on the show. Will be announced, and as well, you will get to come personally live on the show with me, Lucas, and Connor, and Andrew when we have the rest of the boys on. So if you're sure that, definitely tune in. Try to test your knowledge against ours. So make us look like idiots. Prove that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That would be great.
Yeah. Okay, this will be a lot easier. At least I know. Obviously, yours you might have a little bit different for me, but at the very least, this will be a good way just to see it progress. Okay, we got Arkansas at Vermont. This is another one that I've been seeing that's popular. Vermont is being played in Buffalo, so it's kind of more of a home court advantage for Vermont. There's been a lot of games I've been seeing. Keep your eyes on as upsets. So who do you have here?
I'm going with the Razorbacks. They've been kind of a surprising team out of the SEC. Kind of like them and Alabama are two of the most like inconsistent in the league, along with like A&M. They'll go like a week where they'll lose to like teams they have no business losing to, like a Mizzou or Vandy, and then somehow beat Kentucky and Tennessee like back to back. So yeah, give me the Razorbacks. I just don't think Vermont is. I don't think they're that good. I mean, when I look at a lot of these teams like SEC and you play Vermont, who's like in a small conference, they don't play a lot of big teams. I just don't think that they can hang. And I think the SEC's proven. So give me the Razorbacks.
It looks like, pretty substantial difference there. I've taken Arkansas as well. Like I said, Arkansas can be inconsistent. And I think Vermont having that home court advantage, being so close to where they are, will be a good enough boost that it'll be close, I think, in the first half. But I think Arkansas eventually will just pull away. Next is Alabama versus either the winner of Rutgers, Notre Dame. I think, what did I choose? Because the first four isn't usually part of this, right?
No, it is not.
Yeah. I think I had chosen, totally not out of spite. I think I chose Rutgers to win. So you're just like,
Oh man, I've obviously got Notre Dame. I gotta go with the boys. This is the first. This entire 2018 class for Notre Dame, which is Leshevsky, Hub, Goodwin. This was supposed to be Mike Bray's best recruiting class in Notre Dame, like since he's been at Notre Dame. And this is their first ever tournament appearance. So they've kind of been a little bit of a disappointment. But also for that reason, I think that they're just going to come out tonight against Rutgers and beat them. And then who would you have against Alabama? Do you have Alabama or Rutgers?
Do you have Rutgers or Notre Dame?
Who do you have? So you have Rutgers beating Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm still taking Bama. I definitely think that Rutgers and Notre Dame can pull the upset, and I will agree, despite my love of seeing you get pissed off at Notre Dame being disrespected. They definitely, I don't think, deserve being an 11 seed, especially having been the number 2 seed in the ACC. I think they should have been maybe at least a 10 or a 9 seed and avoided a playing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Alabama at times has looked really good, and I think they'll be able to get it done. So that's what I'm going with. For me, I will be honest, I'm going mostly chalk for this entire thing.
Yeah, I'm going Notre Dame in that big game against Bama. And actually, in my opinion, whoever wins the Notre Dame Rutgers game is guaranteed to make the second round. So I think
you think no matter what, Rutgers or Bama, or Rutgers or Notre Dame, they're gonna beat Bama.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, next is Texas Tech and Montana State. Well, not at, but versus.
Give me the Red Raiders. For no reason other than I have no clue about anything related to Montana State.
Yeah, Texas Tech, I will always be forever pissed at for not beating Virginia in that championship game, but also the refs were absolutely terrible at the end of that game and in the Final Four as well. So I like to say it's a Mickey Mouse championship for Virginia. That kind of pisses Virginia fans off a bit, which is always fun. But I'm going to take Texas Tech. Michigan State versus Davidson.
So this was a tough game for me. I think Davidson's one of those teams. I think this is the best team they've had, honestly, since Curry was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
they didn't even win their division. They didn't even win their conference, though. They lost.
They have one of the best coaches in college basketball, and this might come back to pain me, but give me the Davidson Wildcats in an upset over Michigan State.
I'm taking Davidson as well. I definitely think I've seen Michigan play. They played Maryland a few times, and Maryland was very mediocre to downright bad at times this year. They finished, I think, at or below 500. And Michigan State, other than one time they blew them out, they kind of struggled a bit at times against Maryland. I mean, look at this. Like the decision, it's close 50-50, 54% decision to Michigan State. Power rating the same. They played similar games, but it's very close. So, and look at that. Davidson, they beat Bama. They played, they lost Dane, but that's an impressive win right there. They beat Alabama at home, or probably, neutral site. So give me the Fighting Steph Currys. And final game of the first round for the West Conference is Duke and CSU Fullerton.
So a lot of stuff has been made this year. Just like of Coach K, this being his final year at Duke, rightfully so. One of the best coaches, if not the best college basketball coach of all time. And for whatever reason, this game is on CBS, and every game that Duke is going to be in this tournament will be on CBS because of that. I've got an upset here, Connor. I'm taking Cal State Fullerton. No, I'm joking. Give me the Duke Blue Devils. And
I thought you were being serious. Oral Roberts beat Ohio State last year, so I thought you were being serious. Duke. I'm taking Duke as well. It's Duke. The biggest thing for them is that most pundits have said, and that I agree with, is at times their defense can fail them, and they're not always the best at they try too many ISO. It seemed like they tried too much isolation at times against Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech was wiping the floor on the Virginia Tech out rebounded by I think double digits in the ACC championship game, which you would not think with Duke's size, 6'10", and that's.
I'm surprised Banchero didn't kill you guys more, because that's
he had 20 points, but he didn't get his first rebound until 10 minutes left in the game. He was not crashing the boards at all. So yeah,
I will say this for the odds makers: if you think this is going to be a blowout against Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton, not so fast, my friend. Duke, I think this whole tournament is going to play tight. kind of like how they did against North Carolina. And Mike Krzyzewski even kind of admitted to it after that North Carolina game. His players are kind of tight now because they realize that's their coach's last run.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that adds a lot more pressure to a tournament run than it normally would. So I would not be surprised if Cal State Fullerton pulls it out. I don't think they will because I think Duke's just too talented. But later on in this tournament, don't be surprised if Duke gets upset.
Yeah. So Braden says he could see Davidson upsetting Duke in the round of 32. Maybe.
I can see that too.
I can see it too. And yeah, Braden, we'll get to this. Obviously, I do have UConn, Arkansas. That will be a fun matchup. Okay, let's go to the South, just across the bracket. Obviously, we have Arizona versus either Wright State or Bryan. Wright State and Bryan are playing right now.
Yep.
You taking either of them against Arizona?
No. Give me the Wildcats.
All right. What are the 92%? So a few more. So 7% more people are taking Georgia State than Gonzaga versus either Wright State or Bryan. Okay, yeah, I'm taking Arizona. I've been seeing Arizona and Gonzaga as the most common picks to win the tournament.
And quick score update: Wright State is actually on top of Bryan, 60-53. Make that 60-55 with just a little under 14 minutes to go.
14 or 4?
Yeah, 14 minutes to go.
Okay, 14. Okay, cool. Okay, next we got Seton Hall, TCU.
So I got TCU. I don't really know if it's an upset because it's an 8-9 seed. And like Connor had talked about before, the 9 seed actually has a history of winning these games. TCU
it's like 51. It's just over 51.2% or something. I saw somewhere.
But TCU is a little more battle tested. They played 11 games against top 25 opponents, and they've won 5 of them. While on the other hand, Seton Hall has played only 9 top 25 opponents and only won 3. So for that reason, give me TCU and the Horned Frogs, the fighting Andy Daltons, the fighting. Who is the quarter?
Tomlinson.
Yes.
Fighting LTs.
The fighting getting crapped on by the College Football Playoff Committee a few years ago for Ohio State.
In 2014. Yeah, so you're right. Seton Hall, they only have 3 wins against teams that are in the tournament. They've been UConn once, they beat Texas, and then they actually won at Michigan. But then they lost to Marquette both times, then they lost 2 more times to UConn, and they lost twice to Villanova. So meanwhile, TCU has a win versus Kansas. They have another win versus Texas, LSU, and Iowa State.
The fighting Jalen Ragers. I forgot about that.
Yes. But they also lost to Baylor twice. Yeah, I was going Seton Hall, but I think TCU is more battle tested, like you said. And I think they've shown they can beat some much better teams. They lost, Seton Hall losing twice to Marquette, which, I mean, they're like a 9 seed, so they're right around the same, but still, that's not as impressive as TCU beating Kansas, who is another 1 seed. So yeah, I switched my pick. I'm gonna go TCU.
So we're both taking the fighting Jeff Gladneys.
You don't want him to fight, though. You definitely don't want him throwing them hands. Definitely don't want him throwing them hands. Okay, we got Houston. We got the Houston Cougars versus the UAB Blazers.
So we have the fighting Obi Toppins against I don't know.
Toppin went to wait, was he at Houston?
Oh no, that was Dayton. Never mind.
He was at Dayton. I was like, you did not.
No, the fighting Ed Olivers. There we go.
Okay. We're not even keeping with basketball. We're just going with whoever we can think of that's famous. It's the fighting Hakeem Olajuwons.
Against who? I don't even know who's been from UAB.
I don't know either.
But who you got, Connor?
Well, you go first. I'm the one.
Oh, I'm taking Houston. Give me the Cougs, the Fighting Case Keenums.
There you go. The Case Keenum. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston as well. So yeah, the only games of note for UAB, they lost to San Francisco, and then they won at St. Louis. And I don't know if St. Louis is in there, but that's a loss to San Francisco, who's a 10 seed in this tournament right there. So I'm taking Houston, but like I said, this is another the 5-12s. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. Those happen a lot more often than you think. I mean, where's it say here? At least one. Ooh, look at this. At least one 12 seed has defeated a 5 in 31 of 36 tournaments. Last year, Oregon State was the only 12 seed to win, knocking out Tennessee.
Yes,
so
Lucas, we do know that.
There you go. So he's pissed about that. But I mean, like I said, you got to watch out for that 12-5. That's why those are so popular for upsets. But I think I will admit probably the most common one is down here, the Indiana St. Mary's. That's the one everyone seems to be focused on as well for that. But we'll get to that eventually. Illinois versus Chattanooga.
Fighting Mocs. Go.
No. What did they say? What was it? Don't count out the Mocs.
No. Don't sleep on the Mocs. Or wait.
Don't sleep on Chattanooga.
Yes.
Don't sleep on Chattanooga is what.
Mocs. Go Mocs.
Mocs. I know it shows that, Lucas. I know that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the team that is literally an hour down the road, and the Fighting Illini, the old Fighting Juice Williams. Give me the Fighting Illini.
I mean, I would love to take Chattanooga. Just
Fighting.
You can't ever sleep on Chattanooga. You got to respect Chattanooga. But
wait, where did Terrell Owens go to school?
Did he go to Chattanooga?
Or did he go to UAB?
Wait, what? Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
Nah. Did he? Where did he go to school? He went to Chattanooga.
He did? Wait, really?
He went to Chattanooga. Oh, man. That makes me so want to take them so much. Oh, man. I mean, here's another one. At least one 13 seed has been a 4 in 26 of 36 tournaments. In the last 3 tourneys, 8 of the 12 matchups were decided by single digits. So yet again, those are very close. I mean, I'm looking. What's the most common? I think honestly, out of all of them, this might be actually no. Where's the other 13 seed? I don't know. We'll get there. I'm going to take Illinois though. I'm taking the Fighting Illini.
All right.
So, okay. Next, we got Colorado State versus Michigan. The Fighting Rich Eisens
versus the Fighting Trey McBrides.
Yes.
Or the Fighting Michael Gallups.
All right.
5-year extension.
Yeah, the Fighting Michael Gallups versus the Fighting Rich Eisens. Even Rich Eisen was amazed that Michigan made it over some of the other teams that didn't make it, like Texas A&M. He's like, how do we make it at 17-14? Like that's
I actually heard a lot of Michigan fans say they didn't understand how they even got it.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was literally he said the only reason why is because it's Michigan. The only reason why is because it's Michigan. That's the only reason they made it, because they're gonna have a lot of people watching.
So in this game, I don't like Colorado State.
Oh, and Anthony Avery just signed with the Raiders from.
Oh, great! Raiders. So they're just loading up.
Yep, they're loading up on defense.
But in this game, I don't like Colorado State in this game just because they have not played a single game against the AP Top 25.
They beat St. Mary's though. Jeez,
they did.
They've beaten Boise State and St. Mary's. They won by 16 against St. Mary's, and they beat.
Where's the top 25? Because when I seen that, I didn't see that they even had a game against the top.
Well, it might have been earlier in the season when St. Mary's maybe wasn't ranked before they beat Gonzaga. I don't know.
But
that's still. I mean, that's 6 wins against teams in the tournament, including some high seeds. Like San Diego State's what, like a 6 or 7 seed or an 8 seed.
Yeah. But in this game,
meanwhile, I see just a bunch of L's from Michigan. They both beat Michigan, or they both beat San Diego State, surprisingly. Yeah,
but I'm gonna go in this game with the fighting Juwan Howards, the quite literally fighting Juwan Howards, who punched an assistant coach in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the Michigan Pulverines, just because I fucking hate Michigan, and I will never say the words.
No, it's over. Go. It's over. It's no, it's Itchigan. You can't say the M.
It's Itchigan. It's Itchigan. There we go.
Look at this. 6 seeds are just 21 and 23 against 11 seeds since 2010.
Oh,
under
yes. Give me Michigan in this game.
Yeah, I mean, despite them, I don't think deserving to be in. I still think they're going to somehow win just because that's how it is. That's actually what I took anyway. Colorado State has some decent wins and stuff. Michigan has a bunch of losses to good teams, obviously. Like, that's a bunch of teams against. But I still think Michigan's going to find their footing. Juwan Howard's going to get them fighting on into the round of 32. Okay, Tennessee versus Longwood.
This is Lucas's cue for the Longwood.
God damn it.
This is what we need Lucas for. This is what we need Lucas for.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Oh, man.
Who are you picking?
I'm really tempted to go with Longwood, but
for no other reason than just the name.
Yes. But give me the Volunteers. I think they're the hottest team in the country right now, and I think they're honestly the second best team behind Gonzaga. So give me the Vols.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the Vols as well. Wait a minute, what? The Orioles, in fact, offered a 10-year, $300 million contract to Carlos Correa. What? They actually did?
Did he sign it?
No. Holy crap! But apparently that just came out like an hour ago.
Well, wait, so Connor, you're telling me you're not loving the Longwood? You're not loving it. You're not giving.
I wouldn't know. I don't have any Longwood.
And that's another reason to love it.
Okay, we got Ohio State versus Loyola, the Fighting Sister Jeans, the Ramblers.
How old is she now? Like 105?
God, let me check that real quick. Sister Jean. Religious sister, I'm sure. She's 102 and she's still alive. She's still alive.
She'll die the day the Ramblers win a NCAA championship. But in this game, this is the Ohio State, not the Ohio State. This is the Ohio State versus Loyola Chicago. Funny enough, I actually go to Loyola for my doctor's appointments in Chicago. So give me the Ramblers in this for that reason.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ramblers. Look at that. 19 and 11, and then Ohio State's a 7 seed. That's ridiculous.
It's because they play in the Big Ten.
Exactly. But yeah. So, I forgot Ohio State beat Duke. Nice. But I'm taking the Ramblers too. I think just honestly, ever since they made the Final Four, it's like the same thing with like VCU or any
Gonzaga
of those.
Even Gonzaga
when they first made it. It's like whenever you see them when they're like a lowest seed, you're like, oh, they're just gonna have that magic again, and you just take them. You know what I mean?
Well, Loyola has been one of the best teams in the country the last since they went to the Final
I'm just
Four.
saying, it's just like when you see them the year after, if they make the tournament the year after they made the Final Four, or like it made a deep run, you're like, oh yeah, let's. I'm gonna keep riding that. You know what I mean? All the way.
Also, side note, another reason I'm taking Loyola, my mom's cousin was a women's basketball player for Loyola in the early 2000s. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So next is Villanova versus the Fighting Joe Flacco's from Delaware.
No, the Fighting Mike Braves. Because that's where he went to college. Mike Bray, the coach for Notre Dame.
Please. Joe Flacco actually won a championship. Mike Bray hasn't done jack.
Hey, you know what? Joe Flacco got carried to a championship.
Until the playoffs when he carried the offense. And we can thank him more for the worst defensive play of all time.
But in this game, give me the Villanova Wildcats. Villanova is just by far the superior team. I'm sorry to Delaware, but I just think Villanova is better. By the way, I don't know if you've ever seen Delaware's the gym they play in for their home games.
Yeah,
but it is god awful.
I mean, I actually visited Delaware as a school I was thinking of going to, but that's that's like 2011 or 12 when I did, or 2010 or 11 when I did that. So I don't remember. I was, it's just one of those.
It looks like a high school gym, worse than a high school gym actually.
Right. Yeah, I'm taking Villanova. I mean, they're Nova. They've been one of the top teams for the past half decade, pretty much, winning 2 championships in the past. Back in 2016 and 18. So, yeah, as long as Jay Wright is their head coach, they're going to be good. Okay, do you want to do Midwest or East next?
Let's go ahead and do Midwest.
Okay, Midwest. Okay, so we got Kansas versus Texas Southern. Are we going to have another Glory Road type run by Texas Southern to the championship game?
No, give me the Jayhawks.
Have you ever seen that movie though?
Yeah, I have. Isn't that it's a racial?
That's when they beat Kentucky. They were the first first team to start an all-black starting lineup in a chain.
Weren't they? What seed were they when they won that?
I don't know. That was back when the tournament was probably no more than 30-something teams. But I remember watching that movie, and it's a typical sports movie with race involved, but I liked it. It was pretty good in my opinion. Okay, but yeah, I'm taking Kansas. San Diego State Crane. I want it for this.
Give me the Aztecs. No other reason, just give me the Aztecs.
Give me the Fighting Matt Arises. The only punter I'd be willing to take a first-round pick on. Pull an Al Davis and take the next Ray guy right there. There you go. Okay, cool. So next we got Iowa Richmond, another school, Richmond, I was thinking of going to. See, I live in Maryland, but back in 10th grade, my mom decided to take my sister and I on visits to a bunch of schools down in Virginia. So we visited Virginia Tech, Richmond. Then we visited JMU as well. I remember, and my uncle also went to Richmond. He went to Vandy and then Richmond to finish his time there, I think.
Didn't Virginia Tech lose to Richmond in football a couple years ago?
No, that was JMU. And then
okay.
ODU. And then ODU. Wait.
I'm surprised you guys never lost to Richmond.
I think Richmond's too low. Football.
But yeah, go ahead and give me the Hawkeyes. Don't love spiders, and Hawks eat spiders.
Oh, they're in the same conference as James Madison and stuff. So they're still D1, I think, but in football. But they're like the Colonial.
Fighting Kyle Laulettos.
You're taking what? Are you taking Richmond or Iowa?
Well, no, I'm saying that's what Braden said. I don't know who Kyle Lauletta played for, but
oh right. Oh right, Lauletta. He's wasn't he a top pick in the USFL or something?
Yeah,
he was one of the top. He was one of the.
I think he was the first quarterback off the board.
I thought that was Shea Patterson from Michigan, but whatever.
No, I think it might have been Shea. It might have been Shea.
I can't remember. Whatever. But yeah,
give me the Hawkeyes. Give me the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Hawkeyes. They're riding high. They're on a hot streak. I think Richmond will give them trouble because people were people were saying Richmond, if they beat Davidson, which they did, Richmond was gonna take a spot for some team that, I guarantee if Richmond doesn't win that tournament and Davidson did, Texas A&M probably would be here, or Texas A&M would be in the tournament probably.
I will say this though. We also got to give a shout out to our boy Cam Harrell, who started off at Iowa. So the Fighting Cam Harrells as well.
Oh, he started at Iowa? Nice.
Yeah, and then he transferred to Southern Miss. So
okay, cool. Providence, the Friars versus the Jackrabbits.
Ooh,
the Jackrabbits. That's a great name. Wow,
I've seen a lot of people have this on upset alert.
Yeah, same here. Look at that. It's only 60-40 for decision difference.
But I really like Providence. It used to be Notre Dame's Big East rival. They've always had a solid basketball program. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they beat Villanova this year. So give me the Friars of Providence.
Yeah. Sorry, I have my phone notifications sounded, so in case I hear any
big news,
for football or baseball. Okay, yeah, I'm taking Providence. But like I said, it's like you said, it's on upset alert. Jackrabbits maybe be able to pull something there. At least, 13 seed, same thing. At least 113 seed is taking it. Okay, cool. LSU versus Iowa State.
I love you, man. Go Tigers. Give me the Fighting Joe Burrows, the Joe Breezes, the Jamar Chase, the
Dallas Goedert. Did Dallas Goedert? Did he go to? Oh, he did go to South Dakota. I forgot about that.
Really?
I think he went to South Dakota. Or it was North Dakota. It was one of those two.
I do not love this Iowa State team, and I've seen a lot of people say they shouldn't have even gotten the tournament. I think Texas A&M, this is the team Texas A&M should have took their spot for them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, give me the Fighting Tigers, the FU Brian Kelly's. But go Tigs.
Go Tigers. For that. We don't have it though. Cool. We should also probably have that running at the bottom. Cool. So I've been hearing that too about Iowa State. People saying they shouldn't have made it and stuff, and it looks like they got walloped they beat Iowa. They won by 20. Jeez. They lost twice to Baylor and Kansas though. Beat Texas once, TCU once, beat Memphis, and beat Creighton. So those are some good wins, but also obviously they couldn't beat the two best teams in their conference in Baylor and Kansas. I'm taking LSU. I think I'm going full chalk in this. Actually, no, I'm not. But yeah, I'm taking LSU. Wisconsin versus Colgate. I'm kind of pissed at Colgate because they beat Navy in the championship game, and I kind of wanted Navy to make it.
Wait, Navy in what? American?
Navy's the conference that Colgate is in is the Patriot League. So Navy's only in the American
football?
For football. Every other sport, I think they're all
Patriot League.
I think, yeah. Because the football, I guess, obviously has been good enough in the past to qualify being in a better conference. And also it's a big enough draw. Obviously, with getting eyes from Army, Navy, and stuff, that the American was like, sure, we're going to take you on.
Colgate toothpaste.
Yeah, exactly. Colgate toothpaste. Yep, toothpaste. Oh, man.
I've seen a lot of this. I've seen this game on a lot of upset alerts as well. Mm-hmm. If you remember, Colgate upset Arkansas last year in the tournament. So Colgate's one of those scary teams that kind of like Loyola, just not to the extent. They have the ability to make an upset when they need to. But I really like what the Badgers got going on this season, so give me the Badgers. The Fighting Jack Cones.
Oh, right. I forgot about him. Give me the Fighting Frank Kaminsky's.
No, the Fighting Graham Mertz.
Oh, yeah. Give me Wisconsin LSU. And then I don't know why, but that reminds me of that game between was it LSU Wisconsin when they played in Lambeau in football a couple of years ago. Okay, next we got USC versus Miami. I'm gonna just say it straight away. Despite what we stated about Miami, I still think that they're pretty good, and I don't know how much I fully trust USC. Well, it's not that I don't trust them; it's that I just haven't watched them enough to give my proper thoughts on them. And I'm actually going to take Miami in the upset.
I'm taking Miami as well. Me and Connor, like we said, bashed him earlier in the show, but they have some of the best guards in all of college basketball, with McGusty, and I can't exactly remember. Wong. So when you have experienced guard play and guards that are as good as those guys, it can take you far in the tournament. So yeah, give me the Hurricanes, the Fighting Mario Cristobal's.
Yep. Okay, and then we got Auburn versus Jacksonville State, who didn't even win their conference. They won the regular season for their conference, but because the team that won the conference is transitioning from from Division II to Division I, they can't be in the tournament for like 5 years or something. So Jacksonville State won the regular season, so they get to make it. Which kind of sucks that the team that even lost in the semifinals doesn't even make, or in the championship game can't even make it.
Yeah, I didn't like how that whole situation played out. I thought Bellarmine should have got that spot. The whole you have to be in D1 for 5 years, no matter what, to get into the NCAA tournament is bullshit to me. But anyway, it doesn't matter because whoever made this game was going to lose to Auburn anyway. So give me the the blue and orange Tigs. Go War Eagle.
Yeah. At one point I thought Auburn, they were they were the number one team in the country and they lost like 2 or 3 games to kind of drop them a bit. I think they were definitely competing for a 1 seed for quite a long time. But yeah, give me Auburn. Okay, now to the East. Baylor, Norfolk State. Taking Norfolk. Right?
Give me the Baylor Bears. The fighting Abram Smiths.
The fighting Art Briles.
The fighting Sean Oakley's.
The fighting Lincoln Rileys and the fighting Charles Barkleys. Braden, I'll love you, man. Dude, that's fantastic. Okay. Actually, it's kind of funny. My neighbor went to high school with Charles Barkley's wife. And
really?
Because I think they from Philly, because they grew up together in like Philly. Raheem Mostert is signing with the Dolphins, by the way.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yeah, I'm not sure what for or how much, but so apparently I think my neighbor met him one time at like a reunion for his wife's high school. Apparently, obviously we all know he's a pretty nice guy on TV and stuff. I'm sure he just plays being an idiot. He's not actually that stupid. I hope not. So, it's only a 1 year, $3.125 million deal for Mostert.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Also, just quick score update. Wright State is beating Bryant by 17 points.
Okay.
So it looks like waiting here to see it will. Hold on. See if I can get it here. With like 7 minutes remaining.
Cool.
So
cool. They're getting their asses handed to them. Nice. Okay, cool. So North Carolina, Marquette. Of course, we were bashing on North Carolina earlier. Marquette's a 9 seed at 19-12. Oh, they beat Villanova twice. Okay. And Seton Hall twice. That's probably why.
So I'm going to take the Tar Heels in this matchup. I know I was bashing them earlier, same thing with Miami, but I think they're starting to get hot at the right time. So yeah, give me the fighting Roy Williams, the fighting Dean Smiths, the fighting Javonte Williams.
Yeah. No, watching them play Virginia Tech, like Armando Bacot like I think he definitely should have won Player of the Year. I mean,
Over Banchero?
I mean, he finished second in voting to Banchero. I think was maybe third.
Oh, I thought he won, or maybe he won Freshman of the Year.
I think Banchero won that, but Baycott finished second to fight. Yeah, Dwayne Wade went to Marquette. I forgot about that. But yeah, Baycott he set a record for the most double doubles in UNC history in a season. He's like second in most for most rebounds in a season. So like he's just a walking double double. He has like 25 on the season, and Virginia Tech was able to beat them by pretty much every time he got the ball in the low post, he immediately got double teamed, and he would pass out of it. But Virginia Tech had more quick guards that was able to immediately switch back to make sure there wasn't a real open shot. And that's how they would kind of beat them in that game in the semifinals. But yeah, Baycott's definitely, I think, a factor. And then Manick, he's a great shooter. Doesn't look like he should go to North Carolina, though. He's the dude with the big red beard. He looks like he should go to like NC State or something. He looks like a dude that goes like hunting in like the woods of North Carolina. So, but Manick's pretty good. Okay. Next, Indiana, St. Mary's, probably one of the most commonly picked upset games right here. Indiana over St. Mary's.
Give me the Gales of St. Mary's. They beat Gonzaga this year, who's the number 1 overall seed and the best team in the country. So give me the Gales in this one.
Yeah. I'm taking the upset. I'm taking Indiana. No other reason.
Oh.
I just like it. I think, like they said, there's been at least one 12 seeds beat a 5 in 31 of 36 tournaments. It's gonna happen, and I think Indiana is the team that's gonna be able to do it. I trust them more than any other team, probably, relative to who they're playing against. Because I think the 5 seeds, I think even though St. Mary's beat Gonzaga, they might be the close to the weakest of any of the 5 seeds, potentially. So yeah, I'm taking Indiana in an upset. Okay, we got UCLA versus Akron. The Akron, well, I was gonna say fighting LeBron James's, but he didn't go to college, so.
Actually, that would be St. Mary's because he went to St. Mary's High School.
Matthew Dellavedova, where did he go? Wait, did he go to St. Mary's? Huh.
But I'm taking the Bruins in this, the fighting Chip Kellys, the fighting DTRs. So yeah, give me the UCLA Bruins.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm taking UCLA as well.
Sorry, Akron, but there's going to be no zipping on that court.
Zipping. Okay, here's the game. My game, at least. Texas versus Virginia Tech. Who you got?
I'm taking Virginia Tech. I think this is going to be a close one. But like I said, Virginia Tech may be the second hottest team coming into the NCAA tournament outside of Tennessee. So give me the Hokies, who aren't going to be hokeying around the Longhorns.
Yeah. Virginia Tech, this game, I think ESPN's model, BPI model, gives it like a 48% chance of an upset, which is like either the second highest or the highest in the entire tournament. That's not an 8-9 matchup. And then the actual BPI ranking, it has Texas as 13, Virginia Tech at 16. So despite Virginia Tech being 11, they are super close in terms of the advanced metrics. And I'm not sure if you saw, I think I shared it on our group chat of the Texas players' reaction when he saw they were playing Virginia Tech. He literally gave an oh shit. He's like, oh, oh dear God.
If I'm anyone, I don't want to play Virginia Tech or Tennessee in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, toot my own or blow my own horn or however you say it. I always forget exactly how to say it. But Virginia Tech, they won 13 of their last 15. they are probably they probably are the one or second hottest team coming in. That's not, one of the top seeds, obviously. And they're they're like third or fourth in the country in 3-point shooting percentage as a team at like 39%.
Well, when you have fucking Storm Murphy, who's making everything up his ass, like it's like
no, it's not even really him. It's Hunter Couture. He won in a game against Florida State. He went 9 of 11 from 3.
Couture didn't even do anything against Notre Dame. It was freaking.
He only had like 10 points going into the championship game, and then he went out for 31, and then was named tournament MVP just because of how dominant he was in the game.
Storm Murphy. I will say this to the day. Storm Murphy and Aluma are literally the bane of Notre Dame basketball's existence.
Yeah,
we cannot beat them.
Tech, since Mike Young became our head coach, I think Virginia Tech's 5 or 4-1 versus Notre Dame.
5-1 against Notre Dame.
5-1.
Aluma is annoying, and then you have that other guy that plays.
Because he's 6'10" and can go down the post, but they can pop out and shoot threes and drain them for a good high percentage shot.
Well, it's not even that. It's what's the 2-man game with him and your other big guy that you guys have.
Justin Mutz.
Yes.
Mutz is considered our best passer too.
Like they were playing it too, because we started double teaming and playing zone on Storm Murphy because he was just making anything and everything. So what Virginia Tech decided to do in the second half to try to keep the lead was they just feed it to Aluma or Mutz, and one would just run, like do a dart towards the basket and throw up a lob or between the legs pass. And I'm like, I freaking hate these two. Like, it's like you stop Storm Murphy and then you got to worry about Aluma and Mutz on the inside.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing is like, and then there's a guy like Darius Maggs who comes off the bench. He went for 20 against North Carolina and he shoots over 50% from 3. He's shot like 75 shots from 3 and made over 40 of them this season. So like Virginia Tech, but the funny thing is, despite that, they're like almost like Virginia. You know how Virginia is known for being a very slow offensive team. Virginia Tech also done that as well. This year, they don't try and outpace a team. They just play really good, solid half-court defense, and we'll just outshoot you.
See, and I think that's what hurts Notre Dame is because Notre Dame's the opposite. We're a high-paced team that likes to run, shoot threes, like run and gun. We get into our offense really quickly. And the whole first half, Virginia Tech's game plan was don't let Wesley get in the paint. Don't let Atkinson get the boards. And just like make sure that you stay. They were actually like, instead of, because most teams when they play Notre Dame, they're like, oh, we got to guard the 3, which then opens up Atkinson in the middle, who's 6'10".
Yeah.
And Wesley. Well, Virginia Tech was like, all right, we're going to sit in the paint, clog the paint up. Wesley's not going to be able to drive to the paint like he usually does to kick out to open shooters. And I think they put, who was it? It might have been Couture. No, it wasn't Couture. I think it might have been Aluma. They put Aluma on Wesley, just like after Wesley scored 7 quick points, and Wesley couldn't do a damn thing after that. Like Aluma was just on him like glue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Virginia Tech, they're a hot team, and I think they can make some noise. And for those who don't want to believe this, Chris Mad Dog Russo, who is the new second guy on First Take, he has Virginia Tech as his Final Four team this year, coming out of the East region. Surprisingly, I mean, I think there's a. I'm not gonna say there's a high probability, but I mean, I think Virginia Tech has a chance that they can go deep. You said, I think, didn't you have at one point like as an Elite 8 team?
Yeah, I got them in Sweet 16. Right now.
I think they can get at least Sweet 16. And if they can get if they can continue the momentum, I think they can go deep. Okay, we got next Purdue versus Yale. Apparently, I've been seeing a lot of people also taking Yale in this. This was one of the games that was first mentioned by the guys at CBS after the bracket came out. What games stand out to you? They pointed straight to this game as Yale being able to pull an upset.
Yeah, I think it could be an upset game as well, but I think Purdue with Jaden Ivey, who's one of the best players in the country, I think they're just too much. So give me Boilermakers and the fighting Jaden Ivies.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking Purdue. So let's just move on. I think we definitely want to wrap this up. It's taking us an hour to do, not even finish the bracket. Not even finish the front. Okay,
we'll just go a quick shot.
Yeah, we got Murray State. We can do a little bit more since we really got two more. Murray State versus San Francisco.
Give me Murray State. This one was hard for me because I like San Francisco in the Western Conference, but Murray State, like you had said, is won 20 games in a row.
Yeah, they went 18-0 in conference play. They went undefeated, and they've won, I think, 20 games in a row.
So, yeah, give me Murray State.
Yeah. Give me I'm taking the Fighting Ja Morants.
I forgot that he went to school there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing, how crazy good he's become this year. He's a beast. All of a sudden, we all knew he was a beast, but this year he's kind of.
I'm surprised he's not up for MVP, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many there's so many players there. I think you could make an argument for. So, but yeah, Ja Morant, and then we got Kentucky versus St. Peter's. I think this is just one word answer, really.
Go Cats.
One word, damn it.
I feel bad for St. Peter's in this matchup. I think after this game, they're going to have to go see a Saint to deal with the beatdown that they're going to have on their hands.
Yeah. Okay, I'm taking Kentucky. Okay, so obviously mine's going to be, I think, a little bit different from yours. I think we have a few. I'm not sure if we have any major differences, really, but I can't remember. Who do you have next for the West? You had Gonzaga versus Memphis?
Yep, I had Gonzaga. Wait, actually, yeah, I had no. So yeah, I had Gonzaga versus Memphis, and I have Gonzaga winning that. So
okay. Yeah, I'm taking Gonzaga as well. They're the number one overall seed. I think they'll make it pretty far. Okay, UConn, Arkansas, as Braden mentioned, that'll be, I think, a very good game. I'm taking. I actually took UConn, but yeah, I'm going to take UConn.
All right, I took Arkansas. I really like the Razorbacks. So
it's very close, though. Interesting. Okay, yeah, taking UConn. Bama, Texas Tech.
Well, you have Bama in this. I have Notre Dame. I'm going to go with another upset here. Give me the Notre Dame Fighting Irish upsetting the number 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Okay.
We're going to get realistic here soon.
You're just all in fantasy. You're just in total fantasy land right now, aren't you?
No, I actually think Notre Dame could make the Sweet 16. I don't think Texas Tech and Alabama are world beaters by any stretch.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking Texas Tech against Bama. I think I originally had Bama winning, but I just, like you said, their inconsistency at times has been an issue. So yeah, give me Texas Tech. And then we got Davidson versus Duke. Can Davidson relive the Curry years and make it far? Did they make the Elite Eight with him?
I think yeah.
I think they beat Georgetown when they were 1 or 2 seed. I think.
I really want to take Davidson. I really do, but I think Paolo Banchero is just too good, and I think he can carry Duke to a victory. So give me the Blue Devils.
Duke is the one team I've surprisingly seen the most commonly mentioned as the team that would the most common 2 seed to not make it to the Sweet 16, surprisingly. Just because of the pressure, I think could happen, could get some of it. But I'm going with Duke, and then let's just finish it. I have Gonzaga versus UConn. You have Gonzaga versus Arkansas, correct?
Yep.
So who do you got?
Gonzaga.
Yeah, I got Gonzaga as well. And then I think you have Notre Dame versus Duke.
I got Duke
Yeah.
beating Notre Dame if that happens.
Okay, I got Duke. And then Gonzaga Duke. Unfortunately, I don't want to see this matchup.
Give me the Zags.
Okay,
I think that they're just better.
Yeah, let me take the Zags. So yeah, we both got Gonzaga there. Okay, let's go to the South. We got Arizona TCU.
This is an upset alert game, but give me Arizona.
I agree. I think TCU, like we saw, they have those upsets over some good teams like Kansas, Texas, LSU. They've shown that they can beat some good teams and stuff. So I think it is an upset alert, but I will take Arizona. I think we both have Houston, Illinois. Who do you got?
Give me the Fighting Kofi Cockburns.
I don't know who that is.
Illinois. He's the star player for them.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm taking Houston, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I got Houston. Houston I've been seeing a lot of positivity about, and I think they can do pretty good. Give me the Fighting Hakeem Olajuwons. I still find it hilarious though that when you think about it, Olajuwon came in the same draft as Michael Jordan. Olajuwon went 3. Olajuwon went first overall. Jordan went 3, and Olajuwon's career was so good that no one gives the Houston Rockets crap that they took Olajuwon over Jordan. The team that gets the crap is the Supersonics for taking whoever they took. Sam Bowie or something? They took second over Jordan.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of funny that he was so good that they don't get shit on for that. Okay. I think we both had Michigan versus Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think Michigan's going to keep its Cinderella? What the hell? Cinderella story going? Do you think they're going to keep fighting, throwing them punches against these big dogs?
No, give me the Vols by a mile. By a mile. Yeah. Not even close. They're going to smoke them out of the gym.
Yeah, I got Tennessee as well.
They're having they're going to have Wolverines for dinner in Tennessee.
They're going to have Logans. They're going to be eating a lot of Logan. Jack,
yeah.
What's up, Jack? I'm glad you're here, man. Jack Loganworth. Oh, Logan. I literally just mentioned him, Logan. There you go. Oh, Logan Smith.
Is that somebody you know?
Yeah, he's a Patriots fan who I know each other from Tom Grossi's channel. Okay. We both got Loyola Chicago versus Nova. Oh, and also I'll tell you this right now. It's kind of funny. So Virginia Tech, I'm not sure if you ever heard, Nova is what people from Northern Virginia call that area. And so I get to Virginia Tech not knowing that. And I ask people where they're from as a freshman, like, oh, I'm from Nova. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And the only thing I can think of is like, did you all transfer from Villanova or something? Why are all these people transferring from there? It's like, no, Nova means Northern Virginia. I'm like, oh, you guys are that. Okay. Yeah, they're like that pretentious about where they come from. They just call it Nova. They're like, I don't come from this particular town. I just come from Nova. I'm just like, God damn, that is a level of pretentiousness I did not think was possible.
So what if they say Nova Scotia? Is it like Northern Virginia, Southern Central? But the Nova Loyola game, I could see Loyola winning that game.
Just because of them beating Tennessee and like Miami on their way to the Final Four and stuff. I think Tennessee was I would love to see Loyola Tennessee replay.
I would too.
Rematch it in that. I really would.
I would too, but I'm sadly it's not going to happen. Sister Jean's going to have to live another year to maybe see her Ramblers win a national championship. So give me the Wildcats of Nova.
Yeah, I'm taking Nova, but like I said, I really would like to see Loyola Chicago versus Nova. Okay, so Arizona versus you have Illinois. I have Houston. Who you got though in that matchup?
I have Arizona beating Illinois.
Yeah, I still have Arizona winning as well. Unfortunately, I think I have every single 1 seed making it at least to the Sweet 16. I'm going very much chalk. And then we both have Tennessee, Villanova.
In that game, I took Tennessee. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. The Rocky Tops are going to be rocking, as we say, because Tennessee is the best team in the country besides Gonzaga. So give me the Vols.
I also have Tennessee, actually. And then we both have Arizona, Tennessee. Do you have Tennessee making the Final Four?
Yes, I do. Give me the Vols. Yes, sir.
Wow, that's pretty close. Other than the percentage of people picking Arizona, that's pretty close. I will say, the more I think about it, the more tempted I actually am to switch from Arizona to Tennessee, making the Final Four.
It's a popular pick right now.
I've been seeing that. Yeah, I mean, I saw that whole thing. Twitter erupted. Yeah, where the punts matter even less since they're going to exactly, Jack. Thank you. Exactly, Jack. I'm just glad you stopped by, man. Check in. I hope you enjoy what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I saw Twitter was up in arms about Tennessee not being a higher seed, having won the conference, and then both Kentucky and Auburn being 2 seeds. And there were people beyond pissed about it. And I'm gonna make my switch. I'm gonna go Tennessee. I think you've convinced me.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny because
the Fighting Keon Johnsons.
Yeah. Fighting Keon Johnsons.
The Fighting whoever played for the Steelers. Josh whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Nobody cares.
Kansas, San Diego State. Who do you got?
I can see this being an upset. I've seen this being like a favorite pick in upsets. But gotta go with the Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby. Our good old friend.
I'm going chalk. Going Rock Chalk, Kansas.
Like our good old friend Dick Vitale would say, Rock Chalk, baby. Rock Chalk.
Yeah. Okay. Iowa, Providence, excuse me.
This one was a tough one for me. Hold on. I gotta go to the books to see who I had in this one. I had Providence taking this one. I think the Big East is a better conference than what it gets credit for. I think it honestly could be the second best conference. And I'm going with the Friars of Providence.
Okay, cool. I'm going to take Iowa. I think they are also, along with Virginia Tech and Tennessee, one of the highest teams in the country. That's not, one of the top seeds, as I mentioned. They've been going nuts. So I got Iowa versus Kansas. Okay. LSU versus Wisconsin.
Give me the Badgers. I don't really like what LSU, outside of they're playing in the tough SEC, but I don't really like them as a team. And I think Wisconsin's just a better team altogether. They have one of the best backcourts in the country. So give me the Badgers.
Yeah, Wisconsin has wins over Houston, Purdue twice, Iowa, St. Mary's, Ohio State, Michigan State, and then they lost to Providence and Illinois and Ohio State once. So they've been some good teams. I'm taking Wisconsin as well. So the Fighting Frank Kaminsky's beat the Fighting Ben Simmons.
The Fighting Monte Balls. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
The Fighting Shaqs. Kansas, Iowa.
Both two, Ben Simmons and Shaq, 2 guys from LSU that both can't shoot.
Yeah. Yep. Except one of them can't even dunk, or is unwilling to. We got Miami versus Auburn. Straight up, I'm taking Auburn. I think they're going to absolutely romp Miami.
Yeah, I took Auburn as well. The Fighting Charles Barkleys are going to destroy the backboards over the heads of the Miami Hurricanes.
The Fighting Tyler Van Dykes.
Yes. By the time they're done with Miami, it's going to look like a hurricane went through the stadium. So give me the Tigs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got Auburn. Okay. And then we'll finish this. I have Kansas, Iowa. You have Kansas, Providence.
I got Kansas winning against Providence. So yeah, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Give me the Fighting Keegan Murrays. Give me Iowa. I'm
No,
gonna
no,
take.
no. The Fighting Caitlin Clarks, the best women's basketball player, 3-point shooting wise. And she actually has a better 3-point shooting percentage right now in college than Curry has ever had in his career.
From Iowa.
Yes, you need to actually look her up if you don't know. She actually the shots she makes Steph Curry jealous.
Looks stupid. Looks.
Yes, she's actually like made like
makes him look amateurish.
I'm not even joking. They did like the stats. She's made 7 half court, like actually from the half court line, 3-point shots this year.
Wow.
So
that's impressive. Okay. Wisconsin versus Auburn. We both have that.
I got Auburn. I think the Tigs are just a little bit better. And I trust them going through the gauntlet of the SEC than I do the Big Ten.
Yeah, I got them as well. And so I have Iowa, Auburn. You have chalk. You have Kansas, Auburn. Who you got?
I got the Tigs making it all the way to the Final Four. The Fighting Cam Newtons. So, and the Fighting Tank Bigsby's. The Fighting No Nixes.
I have Auburn as well. So even in this reality, we have even in a different sport, the SEC still has 2 teams in the Final Four. Damn it. Damn it. Oh man. But that's how good the SEC
maybe expanding the college football playoff would be worse. Yeah,
it probably would. We'd get we'd somehow still get Bama in the final in the final 8 that way in this. Okay. Now we're over to the East. We got Baylor, North Carolina. I think we both took North Carolina, correct?
Yep. And yeah, we did. So I took Baylor. Give me the Bears. And it's not going to be close.
Yeah, I got Baylor. Yeah, it'll be I think it'll be it'll be another blowout. I think it'll be not even close, really. Next, who you got?
So let's see. It's Indiana, UCLA. I have UCLA, St. Mary's. I have St. Mary's in an upset. So I have them making the Sweet 16 and facing Baylor.
Yeah, I got the same upset. I got Indiana beating UCLA. I originally just had UCLA, but the more I thought about it, the more I was just like, I feel like UCLA peaked last year, making the Final Four as an 11 seed. I feel like they're gonna suffer. They're gonna be the team that's gonna they're gonna lose in kind of like a karmic loss for having done the same thing last year. So Braden, yeah, SEC shorts. I love SEC shorts. You watch them?
And I want to say before we go any further, just again, it should be in the link in the description. If it's not, we can post it before we hop offline.
I hope I did right. I literally just copied the group. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to.
We do have a tournament challenge on the ESPN Men's Tournament Challenge app. If you guys want to join, the winner will be announced live on the show, as well as get to come on and guest star with me, Lucas, Connor, and Andrew when we have all the boys back together. So if that
should be back together, hopefully for the start back in at the beginning of April, we'll be doing draft predictions and stuff like that.
But yeah, if that sounds interesting to you guys, go ahead. You can if the link doesn't work, you can even go to the ESPN Tournament Challenge app, go to the groups, and look up the Week 0 podcast. So if that's something you're interested in, go right ahead, and we'll look forward to announcing the winner when the tournament is over.
Okay, next we got Virginia Tech versus Purdue. We both have that.
Yeah, so we do both have that. I have Virginia Tech in the upset, upsetting the number 3 seed Purdue and making it to the.
I'm doing like that meme or whatever, the guy like doing the pointing or whatever the Indian guy. Yeah, I got Virginia Tech as well. I think like I said,
Did you have that just before, or have you had that all along?
I already had it. I had it all the way. I had him making Sweet 16.
I will say though, you got to be careful. Purdue has a 7-4 center, so
yeah,
be careful about that.
yeah.
I don't know how Aluma is going to guard a guy who's 7-4, but
because he'll just step out to the 3, and the guy is not going to be comfortable at all coming outside the key.
Yeah, that's true.
So Aluma is just going to be able to. He might not make them all, but he'll be able to bomb away if he needs to.
I'm talking about what about the offensive rebound though? Because that guy's going to be.
If we can keep the offensive rebound battle, if we can keep it to where we only have 5 or 4 less than them, I think that's a win for Virginia Tech.
Because I know that Virginia Tech's one of the worst rebounding teams in the country. So
we out rebounded both North Carolina and Duke in the championships.
No, I know. Before that, they were talking about when you guys were playing Notre Dame. They mentioned that you guys weren't very good at rebounding. So
check this out. 3 seeds since 2010 are just 11-10 in matchups in the 3-11 matchup. So the 11 can pull off the upset. Okay, then we got Murray State versus Kentucky. We got the Fighting John Morants versus the Fighting John Walls, or the Fighting Anthony Davises, or the Fighting DeMarcus Cousins. The list goes on and on. Jeez.
The Fighting Malik Monks. Give me the Wildcats of Kentucky.
Yeah, I got Kentucky as well.
Oh, and the Fighting De'Aaron Foxes.
All right. That's how many good players they've been. I completely forgot that you went there.
And okay. Karl Anthony Towns.
This is the one. This is the one side where I have two double-digit teams making the Sweet 16. I think everything else, no one else makes it that far. Okay, you have Baylor. I think UCL. You have Baylor St. Mary's, correct?
Yep, and I have Baylor winning that matchup.
Yeah, I have Baylor winning. They're the defending national champs. They've looked good. They'll continue to look good. And then you got Virginia Tech. We both got Virginia Tech, Kentucky. I think Virginia Tech could give them a scare, but I think this is where it will probably most likely end if they make it. I mean, I hope.
You know what? If you guys make the Sweet 16 and are ACC champions, I think that's a good run. I think that's a good season.
Well, I can tell you one thing is our recruiting is going to be immensely better. What is crazy though, 4 of the guys came from Wofford with Mike Young to Virginia Tech. Aluma, Justin Mutz, Hunter Couture, and Storm Murphy. Couture was a recruit, and he was going to go there, but then Mike Young got hired by Virginia Tech, and so he changed his commitment to Virginia Tech, and he was a freshman.
Is that why Wofford sucks in basketball now?
Yeah, because Mike Young won 5 championships there during the 10 years he was there at Wofford or something. He's 6-0 in conference championship games now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have Kentucky, unfortunately. I would love to see Virginia continue to go. I think if they get hot, they get their shooting good. But, I mean, Kentucky is probably the best player in the country. What's his name? They don't even listen.
Or whatever.
Yeah. He's probably going to be player of the year, is what I've been seeing. Whatever his name is, Oscar something. He's been a beast. Okay.
And either way, I mean, I think Virginia Tech could beat Kentucky, but I don't know if they could beat Baylor. I really don't. Baylor.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think if they do it, I think Baylor's just too good. I have Kentucky winning. Who do you have?
I have Baylor winning.
So I have 3. Wait, do I really have 3 SEC teams making the Final Four? Oh, shoot. I originally had Arizona make it over Tennessee. Jeez.
Yeah, so
I don't like that. I'm making that change. I just can't deal with that. No, I just can't deal with that.
Hey, according to Jack, SEC Shorts approves. So,
dude, SEC Shorts, their content is fantastic. Okay, so Final Four. We both have Gonzaga, Baylor, and Tennessee Auburn. Obviously, I'm kind of going with what you had, but I do think that this is pretty much seems to be close to consensus, other than maybe Arizona coming out of the South. These are like the teams that I've been seeing the most.
So who do you have? I guess if you want to go first.
I have Baylor and Auburn in the championship.
I have Gonzaga and Tennessee.
Oh, sorry, not Baylor. Gonzaga, Auburn. Excuse me.
I have Gonzaga and Tennessee.
Do you have Tennessee winning?
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah. So I have Gonzaga, Auburn. And I do have Gonzaga winning.
So we both have Gonzaga winning.
We both have Gonzaga winning. At this point, I feel like they have to. Like, they really need to kind of. I think I have 72-63 is my predicted tiebreaker score.
It's kind of like, it's almost like it's just time. It's time for Gonzaga to. They've been in the Final Four. I can't tell you how many times. It just seems like they're overdue.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that they weren't that far off not that many years ago from being.
Well, they lost in the championship game. They lost in the championship game to North Carolina.
But I've got Gonzaga winning. And what was your score?
I have 72-63.
That's actually funny. I have 72-65. So I give Tennessee an extra basket.
Oops.
So
there we go.
Make it a little more lopsided.
Yeah. It's not lopsided. It's a 9-point win.
It's not lopsided, but I mean like less convincing, I guess.
Okay. Oh, geez. Everyone just decided to leave all of a sudden. Okay. Well, so yeah, we both have Gonzaga winning. But I know you'll be watching. Oh, the game just started, right?
No, it's about to.
Okay, we'll wrap it up then. So
I did want to say before we hop off, just final update. I think let me just make sure this is official. Wright State did beat what was it? Bryant. So they will be the final 16 seed in the tournament.
Wright State?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys, everyone that did tune in to watch. Hopefully next week, well, we probably won't be back next week. There's really nothing else to talk about. We'll probably be back in 2 weeks.
In April.
Yep. We'll be back at the start of April. Actually, it'll be 3 weeks' time, which will be April 6th. April 6th, probably.
Okay.
But starting that day, each day after that, each Wednesday after that, leading up to, we'll be doing draft stuff. We'll be doing draft predictions for 1 through 8. Then the next week will be 9 through 15, or 9 through 16, 17 through 25, and then or 24, and then 25 through 32. And literally that last day, the last draft prediction will be the Wednesday before the draft starts on the 28th of April. So we'll be doing the entire first round, and then on the 28th of April, we'll be streaming the entire first round, giving our thoughts on each pick. That should be a lot of fun. It'll be a long stream. We're used to that, but this is gonna be like 4+ hours.
So just come and have a drink with us, I guess, if you guys want.
Have a drink, just chat. But yeah, best of luck to our predictions. Thank you very much, Jack. But yeah, if you guys haven't, check out the link in the description of the video. That should take you to the group. If it does not, just message me or Ryan on Twitter, or just reply to our tweet. And
at the Week Zero podcast on
Week
Twitter.
Zero podcast. Isn't it week _0? Week 0 _?
Yes, it's the week underscore. I think it's week _0 podcast. So,
okay, but that's it, guys. We'll see you later in a few weeks' time. Best of luck with your brackets, and hopefully we have some fun with this, because this is gonna be. I think it'll be good. It'll be fun, and we'll just
it'll be a blast.
Let's just hope for some good upsets.
And let's hope Notre Dame beats Rutgers in about 2 minutes. So,
okay. Have a good night, guys. Be safe. And
you want to take us out, Connor? You got to do the names.
Oh, yep. For Ryan, the Fighting Blake Wesley's Fravel, I am Connor, VTA ACC Basketball Champs Doherty. And this is the Week Zero. This has been the Week Zero podcast. We will see you guys later.
Next time.